But it got to a point where there was a situation with the refs and a timeout that really ticked off Doc Rivers, who ended up getting thrown out of the game. But the beauty of it was what Austin Rivers, who was on the court at the time, as his dad is yelling to the refs what Austin Rivers is doing.
Yeah, so this is the play-by-play, right?
This is awesome.
This is what we have of what went on when Doc Rivers was tossed and his son Austin was helping out in the process.
Rockets.
Doc Rivers is just about on his way out of here.
And Austin Rivers wants him to get thrown out of the game. Austin Rivers is asking for his dad to be ejected.
That's because he's on the Rockets side of the court trying to get a word in with the officials.
Austin Rivers wants his dad to be tossed.
He looks like he wants.
Yeah, there you go.
He wanted out of here.
He just got thrown out of the game. Austin Rivers teeing up his old man.
And now he's waving him off.
And now he got tossed and telling him to get out of here. Tell him I'll call you later. He's telling him I'm going to call you later, giving him the phone sign. That's incredible.
Giving him the phone sign.
Oh,
talk to you later,
it was
Dad.
Awesome. First, he's looking at the refs doing the technical sign, tee him up. Then his dad's walking up the court and he gives him the call me sign. How awesome was that? Don't you ever do anything like that to me, my friend.
Tell you what, it's a beautiful moment.
Yeah, I bet.
Son-father relations.
Every son out there was cheering that one out.
Every son who's been traded by their father at some point in their lives was looking up and saying, you know what? My turn now. He went full shiv right there, just sending them all to attack Royko Waystar.
Royko Waystar. Nicely done.
Well done on that one.
Do
we have the sound from Austin?
Yes.
It's great about knowing when his dad was mad.
So here's how Austin Rivers knew that, okay, maybe I can expedite the process, because apparently they've played poker together. Yeah. Okay, here's Austin Rivers on his dad's tell that he knew he was reaching the boiling point.
I knew it was coming. I could see him. I've seen that look before many times. So once he starts blinking his eyes fast, that's when I know he's about to level up. So I just started telling Tony to get him. And they got him. He's out of here.
I like he starts blinking his eyes fast. Well, that's his tell.
Junior, what's your dad's tell?
Oh, it's the veins. It's the neck and the forehead vein that pop out. Anytime you guys see him gassed up on here, it's the same couple of veins that end up popping out.
Yeah, well, you saw that as a kid, didn't you?
Well, that's what I mean. Like Austin Rivers, like forget playing poker together. Like Austin Rivers saw that reaction when he was coming home late, when he got caught having something he wasn't supposed to
blinking
have.
Fast
when he came back home and the progress reports weren't quite up to what mom was looking for. Like all of these things happen along the way and built
I feel like
that
happened more
moment.
with Jake.
Way more with Jake.
Going down the road there. Sorry, Jake, wherever you are working out this morning in a tank top.
We've thrown him under the bus many times. Chris aged 10 years his 4 years of high school. Let me just say that.
So in other words, Jake is Chappie. Okay, great. So anyway, all right, just so people understand what really got all this going, the refs blew a rule. All right, the refs blew a rule. Yeah. Here's Doc explaining what really got him going.
I'm fine with that if they had told me. But the officials can't tell me that I get my timeout back and then have me use it and then tell me after the fact you don't have it. That was big. I mean, those mistakes cannot happen.
Okay, so this is the new rule where if you have a timeout, you can challenge something, blah, 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 blah. So if you'll pardon me, Mike, essentially what Doc Rivers is saying, you can't tell me I can eat my timeout and still have it, too.
Oh, no, you are doing that, aren't you? Is that where you're going?
That's sort of exactly what he was saying.
For people with a realistic investment, because it was a weird game last night.
Very bizarre.
Like Russell Westbrook had 4 fouls in the first quarter of this game. Everyone just seemed like they were kind of on edge. Like Doc Rivers erupted on behalf of everyone on the court. Because everyone on the court was going back and forth. PJ Tucker got teed up earlier, was jawing with the refs.
Well, this was in Houston, right?
This was in Houston.
Houston's going through some stuff right now with their sports team, so I'm sure everybody's a little bit on edge.
Exactly, but the Clippers called for a timeout to challenge a call because we got that new, kind of like in the NFL, we have a new ability for a coach's challenge in the NBA. When he called that timeout, they said, no, you took too long to initiate the coach's challenge. You got like a 30-second window. And so they said, you get your timeout back. He said he was told by all the officials, I've got my timeout back. And so later in the game, when he goes to call that timeout, all of a sudden the referee's telling him, no, you don't have that timeout. You don't have that anymore. And he proceeds to lose it.
And the two officials that said he had the timeout wouldn't come anywhere near him to explain it. So
we're done here.
And he's like, I didn't swear or anything. I was just questioning. I'm sure you weren't.
This reeks of my dad dealing with anybody for any of like his cable, cell phone, or airline industries on the phone, where they could have told him one thing and all of a sudden he is told a different one.
Yeah.
And you want to see the darkness enter a human being.
Should have been teed up an awful lot.
I would say if you could tee someone up on a phone call,
that's fair, because the last thing you want. Oh, that's not my department. Hold, please.
Yeah.
Those are the death knell signs for it goes to DEFCON 1.
Doc Rivers was told to hold and then told they didn't have a timeout. And listen, there were players complaining from the Clippers. Look at, my God, the Rockets get 27 free throws. Harden has 17 of them. You know, this game's decided at the free throw line. Then you get the fun of Russell Westbrook calling out Patrick Beverly.
Which we will get into.
Oh, my God. I mean, this thing had a lot of tentacles to it.
But the only thing we really care about is the family feud. So here is Doc Rivers once again was asked, did he see his son trying to get him tossed?
Yeah, well, he should. You know, he should. I didn't care. I saw him, actually. But.
And then Austin one more time saying, yeah, I was trying to get him out of here.
I was just trying to help out the situation. Listen, guys, I don't ever like to escalate anything. Y'all don't know me for that. I've always been a peacemaker. So, you know, that's just 100%. You know, Doc's got to keep his cool.
Well, listen,
not Dad. Doc's got to keep his cool.
Hey, listen, you know what? He's trying to show him accountability. It's an important lesson that people are taught at an early age, and Doc needed a reminder of that. You guys do every once in a while.
The son teaching the father, huh?
Exactly.
Boy, it hadn't happened in my household, I'll tell you that much.
Not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can.
Name me the last lesson you taught me.
I taught you a lesson with fists.
Right to that. Right to that.
Taught you a lesson about who the man is.
Hey, listen, the one thing about Golic Fight Club, we do not speak about Golic Fight Club.
No, we do not.
We let our fists do the talking, hands in the dirt.
And the best thing about this, at one point, Austin Rivers was asked, you going to go out to dinner? He goes, yeah, Thanksgiving will probably be a little weird.
Go out to dinner and Dad's still paying. We know we know what that contract looks like.
Oh, by the way, James Harden had 47 points. Not a funny thing to say. We'll talk about that later. We are
James Harden looks like a beaver when he's angry.
Yes, we are more into the Rivers family feud than probably any other show you could possibly imagine.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.